Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm sharing some exciting news. I got the new 2027 Kia Telluride. And to celebrate, I made a cake. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful cake, and stay tuned to the end of the video for a review of the car. So I'm starting off with a white cake. I already added 2 coats of buttercream. Then I made this peanut butter color to match the interior of the car, and I'm going to do a fault line design at the bottom of the cake. To achieve the fault line, I just did a zigzag in the middle of the cake, and then I'm going to fill in the rest, then smoothen it out. I decided to add some texture to the cake, so I'm using this cake comb from Ebony Ivory Cakery. This cake comb was actually perfect. I did not need to do several passes, but I did do about 3 passes just to get it perfect. Full disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by Kia, and it's not sponsored by Ebony Cakery either. I purchased everything in this video. Usually when I use cake combs, it does take me several times to get it perfect just because of the grooves. But I think because this cake comb is acrylic, that's probably why it worked so well, and it only needed a few passes to get it perfect. So I'm just going to fill in the gaps where there's any holes, and then just do a pass again. So there will be some silent portions of this video, but I will be back talking periodically. So now it's time to work on the decorations to put on the cake. So to prepare my fondant, I'm just going to roll it out. And usually to prepare fondant, you do need to add some type of cornstarch or powdered sugar so that it doesn't stick to the mat. But I was in a rush and I wasn't making too much decorations with fondant. Once it's all rolled out, I'm going to cut out the first piece, and this is the Kia car. I made this image on Canva. You probably can't see it, but the license plate does say Lizzie Amore Bakes. That's on the front of the car. So my fondant tools are somewhere, but I decided to just use a knife to just cut it out because this is really the only piece that I'm using with fondant. So I didn't need to go find those fondant tools. And this image is not edible. It is just on cardstock paper. So that's why I'm doing a fondant backing so that it can stick to the cake better, and to just avoid putting it directly onto the cake since it's not an edible image. One day I will buy an edible printer, but for right now, I am a hobby baker and I do make cakes for people who ask. So I don't need the edible printer at the moment, but one day I will get an edible printer. Okay, that's all done. So I'm going to put this off to the side while I let the cake set in the refrigerator. Now, the idea that I had in my head was a silver and gold accent type of cake. So I'm using this silver foil to add to the top of the fault line. And I'm also going to use gold foil to add to the top of the fault line as well. And foil is very hard to work with. You literally just have to stick it on there, but it will get stuck to your fingers. That's why I like to use a glove. I took a break from making cakes, so this was one of the first cakes I made when I got back into making cakes. Making cakes and decorating cakes is so therapeutic for me. I was literally about 8 months, 9 months pregnant, still making cakes. But once I had the baby, I had to take a break. It's so tiring, but I'm back making cakes and I love it. By the way, this is a vanilla cake and it is using my vanilla cake recipe. I spent months trying to perfect my vanilla cake recipe, and I think I have achieved that. If you want to learn how to make the vanilla cake, I have a video on my channel. And don't forget, at the end of this video, I will be reviewing the Kia Telluride. It is a pretty cool car, and you definitely want to stay tuned for the review. And while I have your attention, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe so I can make more videos like this. Now it's time to add the car to the cake. And I'm literally just going to place it in the middle of the cake. I also used my Cricut to cut out the Kia logo, and I'm just going to add that to the top of the cake. Before I place the logo, I did want to put these spears, and these spears are not edible. I bought these balls from Amazon, and usually I switch out the sticks that it comes with, and I just switch the stick out for a toothpick. And the reason I do that is because the stick that it comes with, they put a coating on it, and the coating sometimes comes off, and I don't want that getting into the cake. Then I'm going to add these pearls to the cake, and I'm using the different sizes. There's big ones, there's small ones, and there's really small ones. And I'm just using a mix of all of them, and I'm going to use silver and gold. There's no particular way that I'm adding these pearls to the cake. I'm just putting them everywhere, the small and the big ones and the really small ones. I did feel like the cake was missing something, so I added more of these spears to the other side of the cake. And then I'm going to add more pearls and add the Kia sign back on the cake. And by the way, I did get these edible pearls from Walmart. This pack comes with silver, black, gold, and white. And each color comes with different size pearls. Since the buttercream was already cold, it was hard for the pearls to stay on the cake. I kind of pushed each pearl into the cake, but I didn't push too hard to where that it made a hole in the cake. I was satisfied the way that the pearls came out. Time to add the Kia sign back onto the cake. I did feel like it was still missing something, so I did add some more of the silver and gold flakes to the rim of the top of the cake. So as you guys watch me make this cake, I'll tell you a little bit about how I ended up with a Kia car. I was looking for a car that was luxurious and that was not going to break the bank. I started off with a Kia Sportage 2023. I absolutely fell in love with that car as soon as I sat inside of it. My 2023 Kia Sportage had all the bells and whistles, and it was the top of the line. So because my family was growing, I needed a bigger car, and that's how I ended up getting the Kia Telluride. And when I tell you that Kia is luxury, oh, Kia is luxury. The previous car I had was luxurious, and this Telluride is even more luxurious. And the best part about it is affordable luxury. So, like I said before, stay tuned so I can show you the luxury. And now you guys can continue to watch me finish off this cake. And that's it. The cake is done. I'm satisfied with the way that it turned out. Now it's time to review the new 2027 Kia Telluride. This is in the color white pearl. So the interior is what I like to call peanut butter. So on the driver door and the passenger door, you have heated and ventilated seat buttons, and the driver's side has heated steering wheel. Then you have two charging pads. The back passengers have sun visors to protect them from the sun. The seats are this light peanut butter color and gray. The headrests are mesh and nice and comfortable. The buttons are touchscreen as well. Another cool feature is the door handle. It's not on the door, it's kind of at the bottom. It's really cool. Next up, the car has two sunroofs, one for the passenger and driver, and then for the passengers in the back. Now the car turns luxurious. It has the Telluride hologram on the floor. So beautiful. Let's admire this cake again. After all, this is a baking channel. The details on this cake are so amazing. So back to the car. This is the trunk of this 3-row SUV, and you can use these handles to put the seats down. Another cool feature is the door handles and the mirrors. They go in and out as soon as you walk up to the car. You do have to have the key for this to activate. By the way, this is the SXX line model. It's not the top of the line, but it is one of the superior models. This car also comes with ambient lighting. You can see it on the dash, you can see it by the doors, and you can change the color. This is a luxury at an affordable price. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.